SimilarWeb is measuring the digital world. So what it means is that you can take any website that exists in any country, any app, mobile app, and we can see all the numbers, just like Google Analytics. Everything started when our CEO and founder of the company, Ofer, wanted to help his parents who had a jewelry shop. And he promised his parents he would do all the work that was necessary to enhance the presence online, because the parents didn't have a website. Now, just like a lot of guys, he didn't know much about jewelries, but a friend of his told him to look at the website of David Yurman. And then when he looked at the website of David Yurman, which was an amazing website showing a lot of different jewelries, he realized it's exactly what he wanted to do. And then he thought, well, if there was one website I didn't know about, probably there's a lot of websites out there that are very similar, and I should know about it. And this was his first business idea, to create a tool that shows similar websites to the one you're actually looking for. Everything is done on the web today. You book your vacation, you pay your bills, you read your news. So many things are happening on the web, but there's no way of really analyzing what's going on, and this is what we wanted to do. Allow everyone to see what's going on the net, and for every online marketeer to help them in their everyday work to use data to make better decisions. And only after a few years, when we realized we actually collected even more data, we realized that we could actually present way more data than we were presenting before. We're really focusing on mobile because this is something very new in the industry. More and more people in the world are using smartphones, so it changes the internet. So more actions are done, more advertising. People want to optimize the mobile sector. So this is data that we still have to improve. There's a lot of startups in Israel, so I think first of all, it's part of the culture. At a very young age, Israelis are challenged very, very early because they have to do the military service, so they take a lot of risks already at a very young age. So for someone starting a startup, it can be a huge risk everywhere in the world. But in Israel, it's not really considered as a risk because you took other risks when you were even younger. Being responsible of a group of 20 soldiers when you are only 18 years old, this is already a big risk, and you're put in certain situations where actually you take tremendous risks. So creating a new startup, what's the worst case scenario that can happen? You fail, but that's not a big risk. Whereas for other cultures or countries, this can be everything, and they can lose everything in one day. So this is one reason. The other reason is also people work really hard in Israel generally. So they're also telling themselves, well, if I already work really hard, I should work really hard to produce something on my own. So there's really this culture of succeeding and doing something on my own. Also, in the last few years, there's been so many exits and so many success stories that people say, I'm going to be the next one. So if you go in the street of Tel Aviv and you go in a coffee place and you sit and you see someone with a computer and you ask what is he doing, he will tell you, I'm building the next Facebook, which is actually kind of a sickness that is in Tel Aviv because everyone thinks they're the next Facebook. But it's really much in the Israeli culture here. This was exactly the office of Google that we took over. And the main challenge is actually because we're growing at a very fast pace, we are actually experiencing some challenging of expanding at a very, very fast way. So it's integrating new employees, being innovative and bring new products, new add-ons, stay the standard that we are. Because when you're a startup, you do things very fast. And we want to continue being really fast, very innovative, but keep the level that we had, which was very accurate, and that every company is actually trusting our data. And it's something that we want to promise the people, that by using our product, we will always be the most accurate out there. One is definitely ambition. Two is recruiting the right people. And the third thing would be, I would say, a risk taker as well.